Hi, welcome back to day 6 of Living with Purpose as God Created You. My name is Shawanda Randolph, and I'm here to help you to live in purpose and on purpose. We've been talking about how to find your purpose, what it means to live with purpose, and why it's important to live with purpose. We've even done some exercises to help you to rethink about what it is that you're doing in your life, especially when it comes to your job, your career, your business, whatever means that you're taking to financially support yourself. And if that lines up with your core values, which we established that core values are very, very important when it comes to establishing your purpose and understanding how to live in purpose. Now, for day 6, we're going to touch upon how to find your calling. How to find your calling. Now, finding and following your calling is a very big part of living with purpose. Finding that calling, though, can definitely be very intimidating. It can cause you to have some fear. Maybe it feels like it's a lot of pressure, especially if you are trying to find that perfect answer, and then you're trying to find that perfect answer right here and right now. Let me put your mind at ease. Just because we're going through this information here on day 6 does not mean that you have to spend this moment, this hour, and this second to figure out your calling. The process of finding your calling is just that. It is truly a process. It is a journey. It is definitely a goal worth pursuing, and over time, you'll find it, but you cannot force it. You force it, you'll find yourself in situations or predicaments that you don't want to be in, and then you'll get frustrated and want to give up, and then you'll start believing that living with purpose is really not as worthwhile as we first established it to be. A much better plan of action in order to find your calling is to take it one step at a time, one day at a time, until things become more clear. And as you continue to take actionable steps, it becomes more clear to you over time. One of the things that you can start with is understanding what's important to you. That's the very first step that you can take. What is important to you? So when we think about that, again, it doesn't have to be something huge. It doesn't have to be something all-consuming to you, but it can be something very, very small. When you think about what's important to you, you can find a cause that you feel drawn to do some volunteer work that you feel passionate about, that really, we'll say, excites you, it moves you. And so when you think about what are some of those other things, it could be sharing something that you're learning. It could be supporting organizations financially. It could be using one of your hobbies or things that you're doing as a hobby and sharing with someone else, whether you're giving that to someone or you're teaching that to someone. It could be taking a missions trip and saving for that missions trip. But even the thought of that missions trip and what you're going to be doing, that is something that becomes very, very important to you. The most important thing is to simply start doing something. Start connecting to something that is important to you. This will create the space for you to let your gifts shine and to see what you're truly capable of doing. Now, the next thing we want to do is really listen to that soft voice that is in your head. Listen to the soft voice that is in your head. Sometimes we call it intuition, but sometimes God is really speaking to you and trying to help you to move out of this comfortable place that you're in and move you to this place of uncomfortability so that you can try and do something different. So pay attention to that small voice that's trying to show you different things and tell you different things about you and about your life. Sometimes finding having the ability to listen to the small voice can be a little bit of a challenge because we're so busy. Slow down. Take some time to sit still so that you can actually listen and listen wholeheartedly to that voice that is trying to show you and push you into doing something that is going to really change your life and change the life of others. Spend some time contemplating your values. Educate yourself about different causes that catch your attention. Spend some time, again, in meditation and prayer to be able to hear that voice. That is so, so important. Steal away that time. If you find it important to you, in order to do that, then you will start getting some more of the answers that you need. Prayer is your best resource. Prayer is your best resource. As you start getting those answers a little at a time, take actionable steps. Take the actions that you can based off of what you're hearing, what you're feeling, and what you're seeing, and what you know you should be doing. We also want to walk the path towards your calling one step at a time. We don't want to let this process overwhelm you. Again, this is not something that's going to happen overnight, and this is not going to happen in this very moment. I know we see cartoons and we see, movies, and all of a sudden the light shines open and it's like, oh, and now all of a sudden you have all the answers. That's not going to work. It's not going to work. It's unrealistic. It's a process. Things come to us as we're ready to receive it. And sometimes our faith is not quite where we want it to be, or right where we think it is. Things will be revealed to you based off of your capacity to receive it. Now, as you start taking those steps to walk towards your calling, even that one step at a time, that first thing you do actually might be very exciting to you. And because you start hearing things and it's like, oh my gosh, I think I know what it is. And now you just want to jump out and basically jump in the deep end of the pool rather than stepping into the shallow and working your way to the deep. It's important to not hear something and then take off and run. In other words, don't hear it and then just think everything is great and you have all the answers and now you're going to jump in on the deep end. You hear something and it's best to start in on the shallow end and then work your way towards the deep, because as you work your way towards the deep, you will continue to hear more and more to help you in order to handle what is in the deep. So handle what you can in the shallow. Don't try to be over ambitious and stepping towards your calling, because if you do step off and bite off more now than you can actually handle, you will become very frustrated in understanding, one, why things are not working out if this is supposed to be your calling. You will not meet the people that you're supposed to meet because you don't have the wisdom and understanding that you need in order to discern properly who you need to connect to and when you need to connect to them. You will get frustrated because you are not moving and going into places that you need to at the right time in order to connect to the right resources so that you can do the right thing. So don't be over ambitious when you first get that first sight of information, when you start connecting to those dreams again. Don't be over ambitious and start putting the carrot before the horse and running far off, because you will only receive what you have the capacity to handle at that particular time. So start off small and let it evolve. And as it evolves, then you will start realizing that you are doing something great. You get to feel that more and more. You get to enjoy it more and more. And then you will desire to do more. You will desire to seek more. You will desire to seek even the deeper things. So start off with the small things. Do what your faith can handle. And if your faith can't handle much, it's okay. You probably need to start off there so that you can grow in a greater level of faith to understand that, yes, God created you for a purpose. God created you intentionally, and he created you to do great and wonderful things in his name and according to his word, according to his will, according to the purpose and plans that he has for you. So take small steps, because that one small step is the greatest thing that you'll ever do in your life as you begin to see that it eventually grows into something wonderful and magnificent as you walk with God and learning to walk in your purpose and walk in purpose and walk in your calling that he has for you, what he's calling you to do with the gifts, talents, and abilities that he granted you with even before you were born. I hope this has been a blessing to you as you begin to learn how to walk in purpose and how to walk towards understanding your calling. Again, my name is Shawanda Randolph, and I'm here to help you to live in purpose and on purpose. Don't forget to continue to follow, like, and subscribe so you can get the notifications for the messages each and every day to help you to continue to learn how to live with purpose as God created you.